Welcome back. Well, the season is coming to a close here shortly. I've probably got about 2, 3 weeks maybe left. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 2 swim bait videos on Lake Pend O Reille. I'm going to treat it like a road trip, 2 days. I'm going to weigh my fish just like I do on these road trips, but it's going to be local. And my road trips are always consecutive days of fishing because I'm far away. This is going to be based on weather. My hands don't work. If it's cold and raining, my hands just don't work. So I'm going to try to go on 2 days where it's not going to rain or it's not supposed to rain. And I'm going to throw the swim baits. I only really use 2 different swim baits. I think they call them glide baits, where when you pull it, it does kind of like this. And then I got a swim bait where the tail just kind of, I throw those 2, that's it. Now here's the other thing. At my age, throwing those baits all day, because it's a heavy rod, I use a heavy rod, it wears me out. So I'm going to have a drop shot rig on the boat. But here's the plan. I have several spots, I call them spots, on the lake. I'm going to be burning a lot of gas, running all over the lake, and hitting all these spots. A spot, it's like a point. Okay, it'll take me 10 minutes of a swim bait. They're either there feeding or they're not. And then I'll take the drop shot, and in that same area, I'll quickly scan it, and I'm only going to drop if it's a big arch. I'm not just trying to catch fish. I'm trying to catch quality fish. So I could spend about 20 minutes on a spot. I have areas that are 50 yards, maybe more. I'm going to spend longer on those because, to cover them. So I'll cover them with the swim bait, and then I'll quickly scan the area for the bigger arches and drop shot. And that way it gives my body, my arm and shoulder, a little bit of a rest, and I can go 7 or 8 hours. I'm going to try to go 8 hours. Have to get out there probably about 8:30. It's getting dark earlier now, so try to do at least 7 hours, maybe 8, and that's the plan. So probably next week, for sure, I'll try to do at least one. I might do them both next week and be done. Because what happens here is when it hits, when winter comes, it comes. And for me, a lot of guys keep fishing. If I was 30 years old, I'd keep fishing, but I just can't. The brain, when you're my age, I'm staring at 65 now. When you're my age, your brain thinks you're 30. Thinks like a 30-year-old. But the body says, dude, you're 65. You can't do that. And so my hands, I have arthritis, and they act up bad when it gets cold. My shoulder, I had surgery. I actually had surgery performed by a famous doctor now. This was back in probably 90, I'm going to say 93. So what is that, 30 years? Yeah. Look up Dr. Neil Elitrosh. He just did the Achilles surgery on that quarterback. Hold on a minute. Oh, forgetting his name for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers. He did Kobe Bryant when he tore his Achilles. He did his surgery. He's done. All famous people go to him. He did my shoulder 30 years ago. Unbelievable. I'll tell you this real quick. I had a torn labrum, and I saw. If you're not old, you don't know who Pat Boone was, but I saw Pat Boone. He was a famous singer, actor. I saw him at the clinic. I saw a picture for the Oakland A's was there. They got pictures of all these celebrities and athletes. It was called the Curlin Job Clinic. I don't know if it's still there in LA. And I don't even remember how the hell I ended up going there, but I did, and I got Neil Elitrosh as my doctor, and he said, you've got a torn labrum. He said, conventional surgery. They cut through the muscle, they go in, they fix it, they sew up the muscle. It's about a 6-month rehab. He said, but I'm working on this revolutionary new procedure, and I'd like you to be part of it. There's almost no rehab. I said, sign me up. This guy went in there, fixed it. I woke up in a recovery room, went home. He had my arm in a sling. He told me, don't work for a week. That's what he told me. The next day I was working. I didn't use the arm. You know, I didn't use it like I normally would, but I was working. The only thing you could see was like a pinhole. He did some sort of arthroscopic thing. He asked me if I would be part of his like case study where he would present to other doctors that here's a new way to do it. This guy turned out to be an unbelievable surgeon. And he worked on me. To this day, every time I hear his name, I say, oh my God, that guy fixed my shoulder. He's older now. He was young, black hair. Now I saw a picture of him. He's 30 years older. But anyway, I don't know why I told you that. So that's the plan. I'm going to go out. I'm going to throw the swim baits, mix in the drop shot, weigh my fish, close out the season. Another year gone. I'll see you out there. Woo! Okay. It is almost 8:30. I am going to fish till 4:30, 8 hours. I'm on the my first spot. I'm almost to the Pend O Reille River. So I'm covering a lot of water today. I'm starting as far as you can on the lake. And I'm just going to run this place. I mentioned I have spots and I have areas. The spots are going to be fairly quick. They're either here or they're not. Let me show you. I'm going with, this is what I throw first. Last October I did these swim bait videos, and I think I titled it Throwing a Big Swim Bait. These are not big swim baits. This is a 6-inch swim bait, and so is my my glide bait. It's a 6-inch bait. That's maybe bigger than average, but not a big swim bait. For me, it's big. From what I throw, these are about the biggest baits I throw. But this one first. If I don't get either bit or followed on this bait, I don't bother with the rest. But if I get bit or followed, then what I do is I throw this guy. This is the glide bait. And this deal. I put lead on the hooks, on the treble hooks, to help it sink a little, because it's designed, it's almost floating, and I don't like it that close to the top. So I put enough lead so that it sinks real slow, but I can get it down a foot, so it's below the surface. And then if I catch fish in a spot, before I leave that spot, let me show you. That's when I will drop shot for like 10 minutes. What I do is I move out and I just scan the area on my graph. I look for large arches, not small ones. And if I see a school, like a bait and fish, I don't even bother, because those are little guys. I put my bait a few inches off the bottom, because the fish I'm trying to catch are eating crawdads on the bottom. I put it right down there with them. This technique, what I do here, I learned this from Don Iavino. I've mentioned him before. When I met him at the same fishing show that I met Aaron, and we talked sonar, and he found out that I lived near Lake Paris. He told me that story about how he went to Lake Paris and he was idling near the dam watching his graph, and he saw a big arch right on the bottom. I don't believe he was a drop shot guy. His bait was on the bottom, but he used really small baits, like 3-inch baits. And he caught a 10-pound largemouth. I think it was a 3-inch reaper. And he was telling me, don't let people tell you small baits don't catch big fish. And ever since then, I've had this in my head that I look for individual arches, rather than just fishing a spot I try to target an individual arch. And so I'm looking for big arches. I'm not going to waste my time with anything else. And then if I don't find them, boom, I'm off to the next spot. So here's my first spot, and I'm going to get started. Well, my first two spots produced nothing, and my next two spots had boats on them. So I'll have to circle back to those maybe later, but I don't know. If someone's fishing them, maybe I'll just skip them. Well, let's see. Before I left, I decided to drop down because I saw a decent sized arch. I don't know if that's him or not, but you know what? I'm gonna weigh him. I'm doing the 5 biggest, and he's not bad. I threw the swim bait, the first bait, and it may have been him. I had one about this size follow me to the boat. So then I threw the glide bait, and I didn't get anything. And then before I left, I dropped down, and guess what? I got him on the drop shot. Now I don't know if it's the same fish, but let's see. I'm gonna weigh him. Come here, pal. Sorry I don't have the big camera set up. I was getting ready to leave. But anyway, I'm gonna weigh him because you know, we're going for the, like I do on the road trips, five fish thing. He's not 3, but you know, it's a fish. It's a fish. I watched some guy on YouTube weighing fish with this thing. Every time, first time, he'd weigh it. It's 2 pounds. 2-1. Yeah. You know, for a swim bait video, that's got to be my smallest, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I may struggle all day. I'm not going to sit. I'm leaving this spot. I'm going to the next one. Well, I was just setting my camera up on my next spot, and a boat pulled up, and he wasn't going to give me the spot. So that's my 3rd spot that's had a boat on it. There's a lot of boats here. It's middle of the week. I'm surprised. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. This is really the best time of year for smallmouth. But that's 3 of my spots that had boats. I had to skip all 3. I probably won't go back because, you know, they've been fished. Well, I had one smack it, but I missed him. And so I don't know how big he was. It might have been a little one. But before I leave this spot, I'm going to drop shot the edge real quick, 10 minutes. I'm kind of ahead of schedule because 3 of my spots I couldn't fish. So I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. Well, I ran across to the other side in the teeth of that wind, and all for nothing. Didn't get a bite. I had the camera on the back. The boat was rocking so bad. I was watching those clips. I was afraid they were going to pull the clips out. So I got the big one, the big camera down there for now. This is a lot calmer here, but I'm going to just use the GoPro for now. I'm working my way back that way. So far I've hit spots. This is my first area, so I'll work this for a while. I've got one more area and a few more spots. So far I haven't caught a fish on a swim bait. I've had I'm gonna say 4 hit it, but I'm guessing it's because they were so small they just hit it, they didn't eat it, but I really don't know. Well, let's see here. Nope. There's a spot over here I want to fish. Actually, it's not a spot, it's an area. And and I'm gonna spend like 2 hours on it. There's a boat on it, so I've been over here drop shotting and catching these guys right here, but they're not gonna count. I mean, I'm not gonna include them in the video. Anything under 2 pounds I'm not gonna include, but I've been catching them in this one area here, but I'm just biding my time here. I threw that swim bait for 4 hours, didn't catch a fish. I'm down to this area that I want to fish and one spot left, and then I really don't have any more water for today, so I'm hoping it pans out. But in the meantime, I'm messing around out here. Got my spot, and didn't take long to get one. I don't know if he's not that big, but you know what? He's a swim bait fish, and that's what we're here for. So I'm gonna weigh him. He's smaller than my drop shot fish, but that's okay. I think I'll set the big camera up now. I'm gonna be here a while on this spot, so. $110. He's a little guy. $110. See you, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna set the big camera up and see if I can get some action here. Boat. Oh, right at the boat. Oh, he's a good one. Jeez Louise. Do I flip him? Yeah. Nah, I gotta flip him. All right, come here, buddy. Come here. It's number 3. If I can catch 5 of these, I'll cull out that drop shot fish. My camera is attracting other boats. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Might be subscribers. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. 213. See you, bud. Oh. That's the biggest so far. GoPro, start recording. Another one. Here's another one. Not a giant, but he will keep. Hi, buddy. That's three swim bait fish, 4 total. You really want to get rid of the drop shot fish because 2 pounds, 1 ounce. Oh. I lost my pin there. That was 2 pounds, 1 ounce. That's number 4. One more, I got a limit at least. GoPro, start recording. Well, I got one. I think it's going to be a limit, but it's not a big one. You know, honestly, I could be catching bigger fish on a drop shot right now. I see so many giant arches on my screen. And I'm going to weigh them. It's a swim bait fish, so if he's a keeper. These are the guys I'm missing. I'm getting a lot of these guys hitting my bait, but they're not getting a hook. I'm pretty sure it's these guys. He weighs 1 pound, 5 ounces. Well, it's a limit, but it's only 4 on the swim bait. I need one more for a swim bait limit. Start recording. I got one on the glide bait. He doesn't feel very big though, unless he's swimming to the boat. Nope. You're ambitious. Start recording. This is a good one, I think. Don't come off. Come here. Get over here. Get over. He's not bad. Come here. I gotta use the net because you know why. I don't want to get damn hooks in me. What are you doing, pal? Yeah, he's a good one. Came off. See that? Came off. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had a limit. This guy is going to call a 1.5. I could tell as soon as he hit, he was bigger than the other one. 3 pounds. Just give me one minute, pal. He's 3 something. I'm going to say 3 pounds. Okay, so calls out the still haven't got a new net. It's just 1.5 to 3. It's a good cull. And I got a 110. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Another pair of glasses. Got you good. Yes, I did. Cut the hook. Okay. All right. Just give me a minute. catch 5 2-pounders is what I'm doing. I see there's wind coming, but it's not getting over here. Nope, 112. 112. Okay, so here's what I need. I got a 3, a 213, a 2-1, and a 2-1, and a 112. I got to get rid of the 112. I got to get 5 over 2. I got a half an hour. If that wind reaches me, I'll start throwing the swim bait again, because they bite when the wind hits. But when it's calm like this, they just don't bite. Okay, that's the end of this one. It's 4:30. I'm going to do 4 of these, because this really wasn't swim bait weather. It's warm, it's calm, it's sunny. And I'm coming back tomorrow, different part of the lake, but it's going to be just like this. So it'll probably be a struggle. Next week, I think the weather's supposed to be nasty. I'm going to come out here 2 nasty days. I'm going to try to endure it, cold, rain, and that kind of thing, because the bite is way better when it's cloudy, little bit of wind, you know. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't even know. I'll have to look at the video. I don't know how many I caught on a swim bait. But if we take my 5 biggest, I'm sure at least 2 of them are drop shot fish. I had a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 12, 10, 13, 11, 10. I'm seeing 11 pounds, 11 ounces. So, you know, if it's like this tomorrow, I'll throw the swim bait, but like for 4 hours I threw it this morning. I didn't get anything. I'll mix the drop shot in just to catch fish, try to put something together, and then next week I'm going to do 2 more. So I'm going to do 4. This is number 1 of 4 swim bait videos. And I'm actually going to run over to the store and pick up that same swim bait. I think they make it in an 8-inch. I'm not positive. I'm going to go get a bigger size for it too. Okay, that's it. See you later.